everybody, and welcome once again to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity 2, and it is the morning after the night before. After yesterday's exploration of the Queen's birth region of Nekataka, Fedoran decided it was time to have a catch-up and a proper sit-down with his party, and ordered a round of drinks. Unbeknownst to him, the round of drinks that he bought perhaps was not quite so suitable for someone who doesn't have a strong constitution and is not a heavy drinker, for he ordered something that looked rather exotic and something he had not seen before. Whale's Wind, a cocktail, served in the half shell of a coconut, a mixture of rums mixed with tropical juices, a popular drink for the hot summer months of the Deadfire. Even served with a little star-shaped leaf on the side. The unfortunate thing was, this cocktail is named Whale's Wind due to the fact that it is hellaciously strong, knocking their imbibers flat on their backs and robbing them of their memories of the night before. So Jyoti and Fedoran, after sipping their cocktail down rather quickly, because it was delicious, ended up face down on the table with not much conversation to speak of. Remgren refrained from Whale's Wind. Being ancient and wise as he is, he was well aware of the strength of the stuff and instead opted for a much more placid Merc brew and some quiet meditation in the corner. Adair, a man that's more accustomed to a drink or two, sipped his down merrily whilst playing cards with some of the locals, and Nadog, now he certainly can handle his drink, he slipped away unnoticed to the upper region of the Wild Mare and wasn't seen again until the next morning, where he appeared with scorched clothes and manacle marks on his hands. I'll leave it to your imaginations as to what he got up to. Fedoran and Jyoti's night ended rather unceremoniously as they were hoisted from their table at closing time and thrown on the floor of the storage room backstage. No plush private room for Fedoran last night. Never mind. In the morning, hangover cure. Yolk bowl. Chicken rice topped with a runny, raw yolk egg. To help with the hangover, of course. And then for Fedoran, an early morning stroll. To blow the cobwebs away. During that stroll, two things he did. He made his shopping list based on the items that he saw yesterday, the spyglass being the highest priority, but all of these may well be purchased at some point, hopefully not in the too distant future. And the second thing he did, you may have noticed, he expanded his hat collection, for one hat does not make a collection, and so two more were purchased. This here tricorn and the broad-brimmed. That collection of his is now starting to grow. It's got a long way to go to reach the epic peak that it reached when he had his keep. But anyway, as you see, he's wearing his work attire because he anticipates bit of a scuffle with some pirates today. Not only that, but his more elegant attire is in the wash. Gentle, the tavern keep here, has kindly offered to wash the sewage smell from it, and so he can collect those Valian clothings in the tavern this evening.
Got it.
And so, feeling a little bit ropey, some of the party. It's time to head out. Get some work done. Now, whilst Fedoran was on his morning stroll, not only did he purchase a couple of extra hats, but he also, I think he's going to take the cape off here.
Yeah.
He also stumbled into a couple of people that he had not spoken to yesterday that looked like they might want to, speak with Lord Fedoran.
Woe to those who labor in the shadow, for nothing is hidden from Aethys' divine sight.
So some kind of a sort of herald here, or what's the word I'm looking for?
God shepherds us all, traveler. Seek out his temple along the sacred stair, that thy path shall be made clear.
Ah, I see. Okay, nothing much to say then, but there was also a lady here looking for somebody. Stood outside a rather expensive-looking estate.
Yeah, no problem.
Where is my postinago of a brother? You there? Have you seen Laro Badato? Madico, where is that spoiled brat?
A woman in fine clothes clutches a ledger in both hands. She searches the faces of passers-by, settling on yours with an uncertain frown. Fedoran asking what the problem is.
Laro is past due for a company meeting. Mother wants me to drag the elusive louse back by his ear.
She tugs the book under her arm. Or tucks, rather.
Must be nice to be a layabout. Uncle Angbert would have tanned my hide.
Fuck. I am angry and jealous in equal measure. You'd think this district was a maze, the way he manages to hide.
She glances over your shoulder and sighs, then looks back at you with sudden recognition.
Fuck. A face from the motherland is a welcome sight. If you desire to get in the graces of the Valiant Trading Company, we can help each other.
Well, she stood outside this rather nice-looking estate. She's dressed in some finery. I don't think it takes Sherlock Holmes to work out that she probably has a decent amount of clout, and Fedoran not going to certainly offend her. Simply stumbling over himself to quickly announce that he's ready to help, and how can he do so?
Could I persuade you to watch out for Laro? I'd pay generously for your trouble.
Yes. Study her hands. Why would he study her hands? I don't know, but I'm intrigued. Perhaps Fedoran was glancing at her hands. No idea why. She's been digging her nails into her ledger, leaving crescent moon-shaped impressions in the binding. She noticed your interest and holds the book protectively close. Maybe he was looking at the book.
I'm concerned because Laro tends to feud with Orso, one of the local Valero rats.
Valero rats, you say?
The Valeras, a brood of sea vermin playing at nobility. We squabble and compete, but Laro, the postinago, takes it too far.
Well, if I happen to stumble across Laro, I shall certainly let you know.
Would you? I'll be waiting at the estate in case he happens to return.
Pointing towards the expensive-looking estate behind her.
Laro and his miscreant friends carouse at the tavern, the falls above the Adra Mill, and the southwestern bridge. If you see him, tell Laro to get his good-for-nothing ass back home.
Well, we do have this thing with chasing a rogue god to the ends of Aora, but I guess if it's on the way...
Pipe down. Don't ignore my friend over there, he says, not wanting to offend this obviously well-connected Valian. I appreciate you don't make such remarks like that in front of nobility. Goodness me, Fedoran giving a bit of a dressing down. Right, okay, so that's an additional quest. It looks like it's something we would like to get done pretty quickly, because good favour with the Valian Trading Company, and she promised a decent payment. Yep, that sounds pretty good to us. So we're going to get that done at some point, probably today. But the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to really blow those cobwebs away with some combat, more than likely. We need to find a pirate gang that mugged Rador in the inn. Get her coin back, give that to Zamar, and we get a discount at the shipwright. So let's go.
Yeah.
We got a sneaking suspicion we know where that alleyway is. Oh dear. Am I ready for combat? It might not end in combat, of course. There might be a diplomatic resolution. And Fedoran is all about diplomacy, you know. Especially if he's faced with overwhelming odds. Ooh. There's a lot of people here, and they look to be doing some kind of entertainment. Didn't she mention lights and bangs and flashes? I think she did, you know. Okay.
Sure.
Just asking Adair just to go and initiate the conversation so that we don't get too close in case things go sour.
Hey.
Although we're not overly concerned, they look like an entertaining troupe rather than pirates capable of robbing somebody of their money. Okay.
That's close enough.
The young girl narrows her eyes and reaches for a dagger tucked into her back pocket. There's no need for bloody melodrama. Her cheeks are sallow and she licks the edges of her dried lips. Even if she had eaten this week, you doubt she'd be in fighting shape. Yeah, I think it's safe to assume that Fedoran's not overly intimidated by this group of people if things do indeed turn a bit sour. Give her an egg. Yes, there's no need for this. There's no need for hostilities. We're just passing by.
Perfetto. Smarter than you look. Can't be too careful. Queen's birth has an edge to her.
Yes, you don't happen to know anything about local pirates, do you? Possibly harassing the local shipwright?
Ach, if they are the same ones who robbed Radora blind.
Yes. She drags her threadbare sleeve across her nose. How lovely.
The boss and his wolf sleep their fun off by day. But by night, he and his botzo friends keep to the alley giving out bruises for coin.
She gestures off in the opposite direction. What? Further up here? Okay.
Yes? Well, of course.
Right there. Oh, gambler. Was he here yesterday? Okay. So we've got to come back here in the night time. That's a bummer. We were hoping to get this sorted today. Never mind. We do have other things to keep ourselves occupied.
Yes?
Another set of equipment that I might want to add to Fedoran's shopping list. I didn't want to come here off camera in case it triggered the pirate quest, but
Welcome back.
she had some gate crasher glow. 7,750 gate crashers. Which gives the additional effect of +1 to might. 15% chance to perform a knockdown attack against target with critical hits in melee. Now it says melee. I mean, striking things with an axe is melee. It seems to suggest that they might be like for sort of hand-to-hand combat, but I don't think they are. Grants reeling blow. An AoE effect, stun for 5 seconds. So These look like a rather fine set of gloves for Nadog. So yeah, we might add those to the shopping list. Gate crashes for 7,750 coppers. They wouldn't be very high on the list of priorities, but you know, if you've got a spare, 8k floating around in our coin purse, then we'll consider them. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so change of plan then, because we're not getting this done unless we advance the time to night time, and we don't propose to do that. So we'll leave that until this evening. That's off the island. That's just coming to our notice, and then we've got this one as well, speaking with Luca about this Hawana contract, which we're not really going to be clambering over ourselves to sort out, and the rest of these are all off camera. So what we'll do in terms of quest orders, we'll just obviously focus on the ones that don't have the skulls next to them first, and whilst we are here in Nekataka, we'll focus on the ones that actually are on this particular island to start with. So I think what we're going to do then is we're going to look and see if we can find Laro Bardato. So Laro and his friends often carouse at the tavern, the southwestern bridge, and behind the district's waterfall. So 3 locations to try, and actually behind the district's waterfall is the first place I want to go, because I was very interested to come here anyway when I watched the session back, because I noticed there was a bit of a cave, and it looked quite a nice area to visit. So we're going to head there first and see if Laro is anywhere near there. I've got a feeling that Laro might move around depending on the time of day as well, but we'll see. I mean, it is near his estate, so it would make sense that he might be somewhere near there. But pass his estate to get there.
Have you heard about the commotion at the palace?
Of course. Something about Luminous Adra.
A giant made of Luminous Adra.
All I know is that they're all at each other's throats up there.
Someone's coming! Oh, come, no, come here! Do not run from me! Trouble calls, what's happening here? Oh!
You both attest that you have made all possible efforts to come to a peaceful...
Laro's second. The woman trails off as you approach, and you find yourself the sudden target of the crowd's attention.
Who is this Nasenale? How many cousins do you have or so?
Also glares at Laro and bites back whatever insult he had at the ready.
We have business. What do you want?
Oh, this is where Fedoran can surely shine. By his own opinion. Okay, well, we haven't come here to cause trouble.
But you're a witness now. You can at least watch us bleed each other dry.
Well, they're going to have a fight, are they?
What's your words of? You want the Juana to know we're dueling?
My bad so to the tribals. We should be free to settle matters on valiant terms.
Laro, what's going on here?
We are civil enough to kill each other without making an incident out of it.
We really don't want him rocking up severely injured to his sister, so we really should put a stop to this if we can. And I suppose you don't have to do this, you know.
If you want a civilized resolution, you're talking to the wrong folk.
This street thug called my family a warren of corrupt inbreds. But is there a dung heap in all the world that does not have a little Valera cousin scratching through it?
He opens his arms wide and smiles to the milling crowd.
That wolf he calls mother. would have us live out our days polishing Bardato silver.
But surely there's other alternatives to settle this matter.
Nothing less than the total disgrace of the Valeras would satisfy me.
Then you will die unfulfilled.
Anybody could kill. It's so last year, killing people to settle things. I mean, you've got to think a bit more creative. Fighting to first blood would be enough. Oh, that's not what I want to say. I don't think we're going to stop this, you know. Oh, interesting. Would that frighten them into stopping? I mean, we have already frightened the Harbour Master. Perhaps word has got around of who we are. I don't think bringing their families into it's going to help matters either. Do you know what? It's very rare that Fedoran intimidates or tries to intimidate, but this is desperate times. There's a lot of coin riding on this, and reputation with the Valian Trading Company. And desperate times call for extreme measures. Trying to stand up straight as possible and in his most, authoritative voice. Keep talking, and I'll draw your soul into the great beyond. I've had enough of this charade.
Miller, scatter!
Laro whistles to his attendants and they break apart in a disorganized exodus from the scene.
What? Where are you going, you stuffed shirt? Hey, wait!
Also, and his comrades scramble to follow suit.
This isn't over, you coward! You can't hide behind your corrupt mother forever!
Also leaves the arena in a hurry. Uh-oh. Good, bad, indifferent? Perhaps we should just let them fight to injury? And that matter. Okay, we've got to continue to investigate. Okay, so we're just kind of delayed for now. I don't think Jyoti was very happy with us threatening there, but hey ho, desperate times and all that. As I said, what's next on the list? Right, what's this? No, not that one. No, coming to terms. Luca. Oh, it's turned into a slightly higher level quest now. So we need to speak with the respective heads. Ooh, we'll have to park that quest then for now. I mean, we're getting a very nice view of the mill and the waterfall, a little rainbow there, and it's quite a nice little area, this, actually. Okay.
Yeah.
Next port of call, then, is to the Valian Trading Company. We haven't got the reputation increase we were hoping for from finding Bardato, but never mind. We'll have a look into this little contract issue. See what that's all about. But as we said when we first picked up that particular quest, we're not really going to be pushing too hard here. If the Hawana have got the raw end of a deal because they failed to negotiate properly, who are we to take any kind of moral high ground?
Sure.
Right. So we're back in the Valian Trading Company headquarters, smelling a little bit fresher than we did when we ran out here yesterday with our tails between our legs, having emerged from the toilet.
This room stifles already. Must you crowd it further?
These two just don't get on at all, do they? Okay, explaining what we heard and spoke about outside.
Ak, a lawful claim, I might add. No matter what the native says to the contrary. He showed up with a forged contract, as if I wouldn't know the difference between our paperwork and theirs. Tawenu is lucky I only seized the forgery. The galley is too good for his kind.
Yeah, so there's surely got to be an agreeable way to sort out this problem.
Your villager friend would do well not to stand between the company and our prize. The company is allowed to solve problems as we see fit. And right now, Tawenu is a problem. Besides, lying is second nature to the Ranga heir and his ignorant cliente.
So I think we're going to be forced to pick a side here. We're not going to do that, certainly. I think Fedoran is just going to try his best to shoo the Tawenu person away. Make him see reason. Your contract was signed. It's a legally binding document, and unfortunately, that's the nature of how civilized people do business. He's not going to put it like that, but you know, that is the nature of the beast, as they say. So, indeed.
That would be best for everyone involved, I think.
It's probably not the well, is there a correct outcome? I mean, it's probably not the most
no problem.
Ethical outcome, if you want to call it that, but you know, when it comes to the Valian Trading Company and all things Valian, Fedoran is a little bit of a patriot, as you can say.
Akira, you return. What say, friend?
He touches his brow in greeting. He's not going to like what we say here.
A strange smell follows you, I say. I hope you're not unwell.
I've changed my bloody clothes since yesterday. Yes, unfortunately, I have checked the slight lie. I have checked the documentation myself as a fellow Valian person and a man well versed in such things, given my station, and I'm sorry to inform you that it's completely legally binding, and as such, I'm pained to tell you that you should prepare to leave your island. He tries to hold your gaze, but his expression breaks into a mask of regret and despair.
You are no friend of the Juana, I say.
He takes a cautious step back, shaking his head.
This is a city of terrible people driven to do terrible things. I leave before it corrupts me further.
Oh dear.
You were in my dreams last night, Watcher.
Oh,
you were on your knees
what?
before my god. And I couldn't stop screaming.
That'll be the whale's wind. Nothing more than that, I'm sure. Next time, bloody hell, dreaming about me on my flipping knees. Good job she finished that sentence.
Got it.
Right. Let's go deliver the news.
What happened?
Ooh. That's not classed as stealing. Apparently. Really? Well, if it's not stealing, hey ho, consider it a reward for a job well done.
This room stifles already. Must you crowd it further?
I have updated Tawenu outside of the facts of the situation, and he won't be giving you any more trouble. You just have to speak to these people in a civilized manner, using the weight of the law on your side, and matters get dealt with.
Gilarde, we must suffer nothing that gets in the way of the company's good work.
He tosses you a bag of coins.
If there's nothing else, I trust you can see yourself out?
Indeed I can. Pleasure doing business.
Sure.
Alright, so not only did we get some coin from him, but we got some coin also from the little chest of drawers over there. Which means that we are now very close to 5,000, which is our telescopy thing. deal with those pirates, and I've got a feeling that'll take us over. What's the game loading here? Ah, I thought it was loading some kind of cutscene or something. Oh? Who's this?
Come closer, Watcher. We should speak.
Got it.
Hang on.
Looks like Tuwenu met his match. But then, few of us are equipped to go toe-to-toe against the company, are we?
Is there some kind of problem?
Only with your Valiant associates.
Uh-oh.
They think they can scheme and bully their way across Deadfire. If they don't pay attention to the direction of the wind, they'll find themselves steering off course.
Oh, it sounds very much like a threat.
If you have any inclination to aid the Huana as a whole, rather than save one pitiful village at a time, you could do worse than tour Imperial Command at the Brass Citadel. Pay us a visit, why don't you?
I'll bear it in mind. Ooh, Fedoran might be making enemies now. Oh dear. Dear, oh dear. It's an interesting concept. It looks like there's going to be kind of a faction situation going on here. And, well, we already know which side Fedoran's probably going to fall heavily on. That brings us nicely, I suppose, to checking out the reputation screen, which I haven't looked at for some time. So we've got the different reputations with different cities and different factions, along with the reputations with our companions, of which all of them are still pretty much very neutral right now. Also our dispositions in terms of any sort of aggression. We've got a little bit of aggression. Fedoran, aggressive, even a laugh. Benevolent, okay. Clever, not a damn thing. Diplomatic, quite good. So he's got a bit of diplomacy, a bit of aggression, and a bit of benevolence. Okay. So we've got +3 with the Children of the Dawn Stars. I don't know what this is out of, this number. Is 3 good, 3 really low, very high. Oh, there you go, there, look. Couple of blues. You've got some reds on this side also. So they're in pretty good reputation. Got Huana. Oh, not negative yet, despite our actions just then. You've got Nekataka as the city. You've got the Principe San Pietrina, Port Marge +3, and Valiant Trading Company 1. Okay. Obviously we're working on improving that. And of course we've got a couple of level ups.
Yeah? No problem.
So what on earth do we do now then? I think we're kind of at an impasse in terms of the side quests. All the rest of them are taking us offshore. One of them we can't do unless it's night time, and I'm reluctant to wait until the night time just to do one quest. When we have another one that we could do right now, it's going to involve us going elsewhere to the Serpent's Crown. Alternatively, we could... We've heard a lot about the district. We could amble and have a bit of a peek at Piriki's Overlook, which would make sense, right? Because it's en route to Serpent's Crown, which is where we're going for the main quest. So actually, come to think of it, we might just pop off to Piriki's Overlook. And hey, what better way to soothe yourself and recover from a heavy night the night before than perhaps relaxing in a spa-based atmosphere. Right, let's get to this road north. I can sense some rest and recuperation on the cards.
Hey.
Luminous Adra pools or Adra baths or whatever it was. Sounds very inviting right about now. Wash that guilty conscience away, Fedoran. What guilty conscience?
Yeah?
And here we are. Ooh. Pastures new. How exciting. Okay, Piriki's Overlook.
You're a follower of the light?
The light? Oh, you mean... well, depends on what you mean by follow. I wanted to ask you something. It's about Shodi.
Uh-oh. Fedoran being pulled to one side by Adair as they talk in low hushes as the other party members perhaps just start to meander up and down the imminent area, taking a look at the new district. Is this the appropriate time? What's the matter?
She means well. I can see that. And she's spirited, and if I was still young and didn't know the things I know, it'd be different.
Yes, and?
But anybody got that much faith in any god, let alone Aethys? I don't know how to talk to someone like that. Not these days.
You just open your mouth and words come out. Goodness me.
I get why she's like that. And I was there once, long time back.
His eyelids flare with relived embarrassment.
But it's 'cause of that I can't see a way to respect it. I'm no good at hiding it from her either. I don't see this getting better.
I mean, Fedoran does have to admit that she has made a few comments that haven't gone down too well with him, but we can't have dissension amongst the ranks. Perhaps, well, I'm sure there's more to her than you're giving her credit for. We've only just... I say only just met. I don't know how long we've been travelling together. It's probably a couple of weeks at least now. I'll have to check the time log. But, you know, a few more drinks in an inn somewhere, a tavern somewhere. I'm sure everything will be fine.
Doesn't seem like she's any different than what she shows.
Look, she's a Dawnstar, but she doesn't worship Aethys. She worships this Gorn.
Same thing, really. That's just her trying to find a way to worship Aethys that makes sense to her. I guess that sounds familiar now that you mention it.
Indeed. Just look, just make an effort. That's all I can ask. Just make an effort.
Maybe you heard earlier? I follow Aethys too. Mostly, in a way. I mean, I am a child of the Dawnstars, even if firstly I'm a Gonite.
That's good, I guess. For you.
Oh, maybe you don't want to talk about it. That's all right. Surely, some other time, then. Was it the way I said it? Or maybe I'm in need of a washing.
Well, there you go. As soon as the party come back together after the little conversation to one side, and she's off again talking about religion. Pretty much proving Adair's point, I suppose. Someone wants to buy Jyoti's lantern. Not for sale, I'm afraid. Right, let's have a look at this area. So this is Piriki's Overlook. Look at the state of this. This looks quite a... This is Archemia's Manor. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, of course, but Fedoran is never wrong when it comes to these type of things. It's Archemia is a wizard. I'd say an archmage, more than likely, given that some of the spells in our armory in the past has had his name attached to them. Archemia's Dazzling Lights, is it, or something? Let's have a quick peek here. This is where I can't find them. Yeah, Archemia's Dazzling Lights. So, we're certainly interested in popping in there. Some refreshments. The Dark Cupboard. I've also heard on the grapevine about the Dark Cupboard. There may be some interesting items in here for Fedoran. So we're going to pop in there as well. Exotic herbs. So there's a lot of wizardiness about this particular area so far that I'm guessing. Some metalwork, cuisine. Oh, the bathhouse. Raiments. Look at that look at that as well. The Water Shapers Guild. And the Serpent's Crown. Now what was... Yeah, the Critter Cleaver. Where is this? I've moved it to the far wall of the dark cupboard. There you go. So it's in the dark cupboard. So I suppose, just like in the previous episode, which involved the exploration of the name of the bloody place escapes me now. The Queen's Rest? Queen's Rest? Is that right? No. Queen's Birth. Yeah, like in the last session where we explored the Queen's Birth, we'll just kind of just go around each and every point of interest and see what we can find. But given the time, we're probably about 35 minutes into the session, which isn't that long really, but I don't really want to start exploring now, because I want to explore everything in one session if I can. So we'll call a close to this session a little bit earlier than anticipated, but in the next one, I'm really looking forward to it, because, yeah, there's a couple of places here at least that Fedoran is highly interested in exploring. You know, potential magic shop, an Archmage's manor, and this fabulous bathhouse. Could well be an interesting session. So join me for that next time. Until then, there's no Wales wind this time, so tomorrow will be fresh as daisies. See you soon.